Coming up, Tzu Chi volunteers in Taiwan tend to those involved in a mobile crane accident in Miaoli County. We learn how marine debris dumped carelessly into the Pacific is affecting Kinmen residents' lives. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Helen Liao. Thank you for joining us. A heavy-duty mobile crane operating in the mountains of Miaoli lost its brake and flipped over on a slope on Monday. One of the workers died while the other three were injured. Local Tzu Chi volunteers immediately visited the injured in the hospital. In Nanzhuang Township of Miaoli County, a heavy-duty mobile crane lies upside down on a slope. It had crashed through a concrete wall, and the safety helmets of its 4 passengers were splattered all over. Sadly, one of them did not survive, while the other 3 were injured.
Who would have thought that the brake would give out once we went downhill? I thought it was weird that we were picking up speed and decided to jump out of the vehicle.
Thanks to his quick reaction, 55-year-old Lin Yonglai only sustained laceration to his head. However, his buddy, who was also on the crane, did not make it.
The man who passed away was a good friend of his, so he is distraught.
Comforting Mr. Lin by holding onto his hand, volunteers carefully wipe away his blood stain.
我们来让你放下心，感恩你哈。好，这跟你要亲的。
大家一起祝福你啊！
The other 2 passengers are Mr. Huang and his son. The son's left leg is fractured while the father sustained intracranial hemorrhage.
你心要安呐，你怎么爱？
We tend to them as if they are our own family, our own parents.
The workers were installing LED street lights in Shitoushan when the accident happened. Local Tzu Chi volunteers immediately mobilized to comfort survivors and bereaved family members while praying for the spirit of the deceased. In the wake of the Taiwan metro accidents in Taiwan, which caused 4 deaths and 4 injuries, local Tzu Chi volunteers quickly divided into 3 teams to help. But first, let's take a look at how Tzu Chi volunteers' humble gestures inspired injured construction worker Lin Chaoqing's wife to donate the consolation cash given by Tzu Chi to help those in greater need. On April 10th, a massive steel girder at a construction site of the Taiwan Metro fell to the ground, killing 4 people and injuring another 4. Thankfully, the conditions of the 4 injured have stabilized. Among the 4 injured construction worker is 58-year-old Lin Chaoqing, who suffered from intracranial hemorrhage and post-traumatic epilepsy. Although Lin still relies on a breathing tube, his condition is improving steadily.
I am extremely thankful to the members of the public and the Tzu Chi volunteers for caring for my husband.
Upon receiving Tzu Chi's consolation cash, Lin Chaoqing's wife decided to donate the money to the less fortunate on behalf of her husband.
I want to donate the consolation cash to Tzu Chi in my husband's name to help those living on the fringes of society.
Mrs. Lin says it is a miracle that her husband survived such an accident and hopes to extend the blessings to others in the society.
Mrs. Lin donated the consolation cash on behalf of her husband. Although Mr. Lin is still in the hospital, he's already helping those in greater need. I hope he can recover as soon as possible.
In the days to come, Tzu Chi volunteers will continue to offer love and warmth to help patients and family members put the tragedy behind them as soon as possible. Besides tending to injured victims and their family members, Tzu Chi volunteers also return to the scene of the accidents to extend their blessings to nearby residents.
We are here to deliver our blessings. You are very lucky. Bless you.
Visiting more than 80 households along Beitun Road, the volunteers hope to bring words of encouragement to affected residents.
A lot of people were shocked by the accident because the sound of the collapse was so loud. We are here to deliver our blessings and to calm your anxious heart.
She gets really scared when she thinks of the incident. Although she didn't witness the accident firsthand, she's still frightened.
Upon seeing the volunteers, Ms. Zhao, who lives near the scene of the accident, finally feels at ease. Zhao also brings the volunteers to the top of her building and told them that the steel beam fell right in front of her home.
Life is full of impermanence. It is such a tragedy that so many workers lost their lives because their safety was neglected.
We talked to many residents, and some told us how they felt after the tragedy. We offered them words of encouragement. The residents know that Tzu Chi volunteers really care about them.
Accompanied by Taiwan Tzu Chi Hospital Superintendent Jian Shouxing, directors at the health bureaus of Taichung and Taipei visit the hospital ward to check on construction worker Mr. Chen.
The doctors here are really nice and they'll take good care of you. Don't worry about anything.
Tzu Chi volunteers also arrived at the Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital and the China Medical University Hospital to tend to the family members of those injured in the accident.
We are like one family. My fellow counterparts and I are here to offer our blessings to your husband. I believe he will recover from his injury very soon.
I am so thankful that the volunteers came to comfort me.
The volunteers hope their presence and words of encouragement can help family members realize that they are not alone. In recent years, there has been an increase of tourists visiting the Taichung area as more and more people are attracted to the beautiful scenery. To raise environmental awareness, the local county officials invited Tzu Chi volunteers to hold talks to teach residents more about the practice of recycling.
In recent years, an increasing amount of visitors have flocked to池上Taidong to pay homage to the beautiful scenery made famous by several popular commercials. Originally, tourists visiting the area were less than 10,000 per year. However, in 2013, that number exploded to 350,000 per year. With it, the amount of garbage also increased from 120 tons a month to now 150 tons a month. To raise environmental awareness, authorities from池上Township invited Tzu Chi volunteers to hold seminars to teach residents from its 10 villages the correct methods of sorting recyclables. The first stop was Fuyuan Village.
I invited the entire village. Practicing recycling is very important. If we don't do so, then our environment will continue to be destroyed. Our landfills are overflowing as it is.
Nickel-cadmium battery pollution is very harmful to the planet. I hope everyone can learn to recycle it.
Teaching a recycling mnemonic, volunteers hope residents can start practicing recycling at home and also spread the message to tourists that visit the area. In safeguarding the environment in Taidong, its beautiful scenery can continue to be preserved for generations to come.
Dedicated to promoting the environmentalism to the public, Mohan Nazifuddin, the second son of the Prime Minister of Malaysia, recently visited the Tzu Chi Jinjiang recycling station in Kuala Lumpur with his friend to learn more about Tzu Chi's recycling efforts.
Recycling can really make a difference, so make sure you join us and check out Tzu Chi and the recycling center.
Nazifan, the second son of Muhammad Najib, Prime Minister of Malaysia, recently visited the Tzu Chi Jinjiang recycling station in Kuala Lumpur, hoping to encourage youth to join the volunteers' ranks and give back to the society.
I really want to understand what Tzu Chi is all about and how they really help the community, and we want to really spread the message, and so that also youth can join and other youths can really understand what Tzu Chi is trying to do.
Ma Nazifan is a head of numerous local and international corporations. Apart from his busy schedule, he also founded Youth for Unity, a non-profit organization which places an emphasis on the development and education of youth.
I mean, I'm impressed with the people and how the spirit of helping and volunteering and their dedication to the work. They're so dedicated and want to make sure that they do the job very well and make sure that there's no mistake and very good quality of work.
The Jinjiang Recycling Station is the first station that sells unwanted products. Volunteers collect all the reusable products and showcase them neatly for visitors to buy at a low price.
We bring the visitors to the second-hand section to help them understand the importance of giving items a second lease on life. We need to think twice before discarding anything.
Tzu Chi here has shown a really good example to everyone how you can make used product from like the beginning and extend the life for a very, very long time so that you never waste product and also you help the environment.
Educating the youngsters on how best to protect our environment. Volunteers show the visitors different ways to cherish our resources, thus planting the seeds of goodness into their hearts.
The Tzu Chi Kindergarten in Malaysia recently organized a book drive on behalf of orphans and the children of Tzu Chi care recipients. Let's take a look.
With colored pencils in their hands, the children are drawing a poster to be used for an important mission.
I'm drawing a gift that will be given to the needy.
Tzu Chi Johor Bahru Kindergarten's class for 6-year-olds is running this book drive to gather books that will be given to orphans and the children of Tzu Chi's care recipients. After finishing their poster, the students solicited books with a slogan.
I drew an airplane that can carry the good people who send the books to orphans.
Besides soliciting books, some children even brought their own books to donate.
I want to donate the books to an orphanage because orphans do not have books. We should extend our love to them.
I brought 7 books for children in orphanages, high school, and elementary school. I want to donate the books to the needy.
Besides donating books, they even wipe the books clean.
We clean the books because we cannot donate dirty books to orphans.
While the book drive is gathering secondhand books, it has also gathered the kind thoughts the students have for underprivileged children.
An international study shows that marine debris on the Northeast Pacific has increased by 100% in the past 40 years, with most coming from Asian countries and China being the first on that list. It is estimated that China dumps some 1.3 million to 3.5 million tons of plastic waste into the Pacific every year. We'll show you how severe the problem is by visiting Taiwan's Kinmen County, where shores pick up 10 tons of waste from China every day.
I'm here at the Liuao beach of Kinmen. Lying on the beach is not sand nor reefs, but assorted debris composed of styrofoam, PET bottles, sandals, aluminum cans, and various other common trash items. And they all share one thing in common: labeling in simplified Chinese, which means they came from China.
No longer are Kinmen's beaches beautiful, which leaves residents heartbroken. To deal with the endless marine debris, the local environmental bureau spent some $100,000 for this self-propelling beach cleaner.
We'll pick up the large debris manually. For the smaller items that are on the beach, we'll rely on this self-propelling beach cleaner. It will automatically screen through the sand and pick up any debris in its path.
But even after investing in more manpower and machinery, the bureau simply can't clean up fast enough.
I did pick up about some 1,000 kilograms after 2 trips, but that is just way too much trash.
The county government says more than $16 million were spent on cleaning up the unending marine debris over the last 10 years, money which is paid for by the country's taxpayers, and there is no end in sight. Study shows that the rate of accumulation of marine debris per year is equivalent to the number of tunas being fished per year. In other words, humans are replacing the disappearing tunas with garbage. Great Kinmen and Lesser Kinmen total 152 square meters in area, which is only for 1,000th of the size of Taiwan. However, 365 days a year, the island's winding shorelines are invaded by marine debris.
We are on the Huangchuo beach of Lesser Kinmen. To my left is the Kinmen Bridge that will connect Greater and Lesser Kinmen, which is still under construction. To my right is a trail of marine debris, just as long as the bridge. When northeast seasonal winds are here, trash will increase significantly. During the typhoon season, its volume will explode.
In winter, when seasonal winds blow in from the northeast, the shores on the northeastern side of the islands will pick up trash. When it is summer and seasonal winds come from the southwest, then the shores on the southwestern side of the islands will be picking up trash.
On average, about 10 tons of trash will come on shore a day. They just drift over, carried by the current, and land right here in Kinmen.
Various debris composed of plastic and styrofoam have invaded every opening on Kinmen's shores.
With the openings of the reefs clogged, marine life will be affected.
Worried about pollution caused by the debris, inspectors from the EPA come analyze the seawater and sediments regularly.
We check for heavy metal contamination in the seawater.
Local residents are highly concerned about the marine debris. An elementary school teacher on Lesser Kinmen for 32 years, after retiring, Hongqing Zhang decided to make a documentary on the problem for the sake of the land he loves.
Only when you understand will you start to care. Only when you care will you start to act.
Some environmental activists decided to get creative with the trash they picked up. A lunchbox made of PET pallets, buoys, and styrofoam insinuates that these items might have been eaten by marine life. Residents here joke that China was not able to take down Kinmen with 470,000 rounds of cannon shells in the past, but now has successfully isolated the county with trash.
Next, we travel to Taichung, Taiwan to meet Lin Xuechen and see why he decided to become a vegetarian after hearing a story about a butcher from his mother.
那一天是讲一头象，它对。
I heard a story about how an elephant was unable to tame its desire. One day, an elephant went outside carrying a king. When an elephant saw a female elephant, he could not resist chasing after her. If an animal can repent, then so can we.
像就是跑，动物都可以认错，那我们也要学习。其他猪他们都知道他们要被。
All the pigs screeched, knowing that they were going to be slaughtered. However, there was one pig, the alpha of the pack, who quietly stared at his owner. The pig knew that his owner raised him to kill him for his meat.
只要就是纯商业，就是把我杀了。我是林学成，今年12岁。第一次那个。
First, pigs will be fed water forcefully before they are slaughtered. I just can't bear the thought.
他不要切酱，哇，好恐怖啊！我要哭了，要切丝啊。他吃素比我更坚定，就是说。
He is more determined to be a vegetarian than me. For example, when his brother brought fried chicken and vegetables, he would make sure the vegetables weren't fried together with the chicken.
那个荤食跟素食一起炸，好吃。上菜啦！跟其他人推吃素是不是？
对，他们有时候就是会有那种。
They asked me not to be a vegetarian because they say vegetarian dishes lack nutrition. Though I couldn't change their mind, but I won't give up. I will remain a vegetarian and continue to promote it.
我会继续茹素，然后也会继续推广。姐姐，我来了。
Hello， 学成早安。你知道要去哪里吗？
不会。
对，好，交给你啦。感恩。
生机果仁呢也有教在里面， 一吃呢，不但有香味，然后呢还可以吃到营养。咖喱粉呢，其实呢它
茹素这个部分，对，那我觉得它是它的佛性跟悟性很高。
His affinity with Buddhism and Dharma prompted him to be a vegetarian, which shall help in attaining enlightenment.
自己的一个悟性。
茄子2条，不是骨肉，吃素就是不会伤害到动物。
Being a vegetarian will not harm animal lives, and vegetables are nutritious and easier for our body to absorb and digest than eating animal. I hope everyone can adopt a vegetarian diet so there will not be any more slaughterhouses.
Recently, a group of volunteers who suffer from physical or mental impairments visited the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital to hold a public performance. Their energetic vibe brought a festive atmosphere to the otherwise sedate hospital.
Music warms up the cold lobby here at the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital. This is the first public performance by this group of volunteers in red t-shirts from the First Service Welfare Foundation. Though not professional performers, the singing and dancing by these volunteers nonetheless puts a smile on their audience faces as they sing along and have a good time.
Their happiness affects us. There are people with special needs, right? In giving them an opportunity to perform, they will never forget how much fun they had today.
I heard the audience singing along with us. I was really happy and moved. I had hoped the group members would get a chance to bring some happiness to others. This is what the group's main purpose is.
The idea started with Li Yaozhou, the man on the accordion, who has been leading the group in rehearsals for the past 7 years. For him, it was a way for all to build their confidence as well.
We have about 20 students who practice together. Today we brought 8 of our best talents. This is our first test run, so we're very grateful that Tzu Chi gave us the opportunity to do this.
By performing in public, the group members have gained the confidence that they too can bring happiness to this world.
In Tainan, Taiwan, with 74-year-old Mr. Tsai, who lives on government subsidies, the mess in his home has overpowered him to the point that he has no place to lie down to sleep. His initial reluctance for the volunteers to clean up his home was due to the fact that he was afraid his litter of stray cats would not have a place to stay after his home was cleaned. Let's see how the volunteers solve this problem.
Here at Mr. Tsai's home in Tainan, waste and clutter is found outside and in.
A person cannot even walk inside. The bed is even hidden beneath the mess. There's no place to sit or sleep.
For this huge cleaning job, 40 to 50 volunteers are called upon to help. During the cleaning, stray cats can be seen wandering around the home. As it turns out, these cats the senior took in are the main reason he was hesitant about the cleanup.
We've asked some brothers to come help build a cat house for the cats. This way we can continue to work to clean up this environment.
Realizing the senior's concern, volunteers built a cat house out of wooden planks. It is this type of thoughtfulness that softened the solitary senior's heart, as volunteers put the same effort in creating a clean environment for the man to sleep in.
We stay in Taiwan at the end of the show, where 3 high school students attended a bone marrow donation and blood drive campaign organized by Tzu Chi volunteers in Tainan. As one of their classmates is currently suffering from leukemia, these youngsters hope their contribution to the cause can help those face similar situation. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for watching DaAi Headlines. Goodbye.